Already got to admit, it's not the biggest fight obviously, but it's smooth and I can greatly appreciate the dedication they've taken to ensuring it looks good and isn't a Dragon Ball Super spam attack fest. Also, as always, if you don't want to miss out on My Hero Academia Season 4 second half, everything great about Cowboy Bebop and much more coming soon, and be sure to subscribe. There's still a ton of regular viewers not subscribed, so be sure to join up and avoid making me cry!
よくぞ申しました。リムル様の偉大さに気づくとは。あなたは見どころがあります。
Just putting this out there, like in part 1, and if it comes true, you know I'll oddly love it for reasons unknown to even me, but I wonder if he will end up maybe giving them names, like the survivors, and they'll join the big old family in some way. Even if it's just like trading partners or something. That would be cool, and I don't know why. Having just finished Love is Hard for an Otaku, I think it was called, which whilst it was a great anime, had terrible CGI and terrible usage of CGI, it's great to be back watching this and seeing CGI done right. I know I said this a lot in part 1 and obviously I'm not going to show his internal red juices flying everywhere, but each and every time I feel at ease this anime smacks me in the face with a scene of extreme violence and it snaps me back in shock, just unexpected, like they ate him alive! Okay, that was absolutely sick. I feel ill. Not really, but you get the point. I didn't expect an awesome looking attack like that. Just made me all giddy thinking about other magic attacks we might see. Also, that's a pretty great looking summon. Arigato! 2 wins here, firstly for the great animation and the slight change in art style during his attack. You guys know I like me some art style changes like in Mob Psycho 100, yes I've covered that. Also, second separate win here is for Kazuma's voice actor doing a great non-comedy type role and doing an awesome job. Never heard that from him before, so credit where credit's due and all that. You gotta admit, this all looks great. From an anime not at all really focused on battles like Vinland Saga for example, it puts to shame the newest season of Seven Deadly Sins really, which is battle focused. Nani? You know, after what I just said about this anime not really being battle focused, for that scene that looked so damn good. Flawless really. I'm dropping an extremely rare maximum of 2 wins. That was amazing. My guy who everyone thinks is weak being a total boss, my word! I'll be honest, between their arrival and the incredible destructive magic being used on thousands of orcs at the same time, this anime is quickly becoming even greater for me in its second half. My boy flying in there like it's no big deal. It is a big deal. You can fly. You started off as a blind slime who couldn't speak. Aside from the humorous moments of him being confused at what he's seeing, these hand-drawn effects mixed with a big load of CGI are stunning. Must have taken a lot of effort to produce that. Take one more win here, which is extra and covering all of them who've been shown to be way more powerful than before they were named. It's amazing seeing how strong they've all now become. Genuinely beautiful looking scenery shot. Absolutely massive, genuinely unexpected plot twist. This got a win on Anime Wins, but also a sin on Anime Sins. But of course, you'd have to watch it to find out why.
貴様終わるぞあのお方がお前を許さんぞそのお方のこと詳
詳しく聞かせてくれよ。
There's something oddly creepy about having a casual, calm-looking face whilst full of subtle intimidation. They carried it over really nicely.
生命反応を停止しました。
ああ、見ればわかる。
Can't show it, but he denogonized the dude with the hat. That was quite something, not gonna lie. So many sick-ass looking visuals in the first part of this epic looking battle. There's fast becoming way less periods of time now between oh hey light and fluffy storyline and oh dear lord moments as they actually show him consuming his piggy colleague for power this time. Alright, gotta hand it to him, no pun intended. That was pretty cool for a great sage using his body to attack. Didn't even know that was a thing. This turn of events! And the whole thing is made more epic when you consider that he's using his starved skill at the same time, and it's an eat-off essentially. Just like in Demon Slayer, they actually do a pretty damn great job in this anime of showing us a much different side to villains, sometimes giving us empathy for them. Insanely touching moment that even as he's being consumed and is clearly lost, his purpose and drive for living keep him going that little longer as he's resolved to not lose and see his people starve. Ugh. Yup. They got me going. First time in part 2. Well played. Take a win. Take one more for the end to that episode. It was sad but also uplifting, way more than ever expected from this anime in terms of raw emotions and feelings. It was great. Oh, they changed the outro. Once again, it's Slime-chan sliming along back in that cave, but this time he's hit by the visuals of everything that's happened from the past 14 episodes, making me feel very nostalgic. Oh God, strap yourselves in for this one, okay? What an OP that was! Firstly, let's get it out of the way with admitting it was a great song, as expected of this anime, and now on to the great stuff. First of all, once again, you all said in my community tab post, it's about building a town, you'll love it. Not sure how you knew I'd love it, but you obviously know me, and I love it. So in the OP, we see the town is massive, and they show a few different shots of it being built, and I love that too! Lastly, we're introduced to tons of new factions and characters that I can't wait to meet. To say I adored this OP would be a vast understatement. Actually, get this. I loved that so much, they teased so much and made me so eager for the second half that I'm dropping 2 wins. That was amazing!
リザードマンからは良質の水資源と魚を、ゴブリンからは住む場所を、俺たちの町からは加工品を提供する。
Already sorting out these groups into working parties is fantastic. I adore that once the action is over, it's always back to building in one way or another, business as usual, but with more groups now involved. It's one of my favourite video game type moments in this awesome anime.
オークからは労働力を提供してもらう。ジュラの大森林の各種族間で大同盟を結び、相互に協力関係を築く。
The piggies joined in the alliance!
私、トレイニーが宣誓します。リムル様をジュラの大森林の新たなる名手として認め。
名手
Chancellor Slime Dono. I like the ring to it. Plus putting a leader at the centre of this now great new alliance is of course very much necessary. A great final moment to this arc.
弱肉強食とは言っても憎しみはそう簡単に割り切れるものではない。我らはオーガの里を。だがどうかこの首一つでご容赦願えないだろうか。
This moment, because it feels like it leans more into realism, that such hatred would be difficult to stray from in spite of an alliance, so he offers himself in place of his brethren. Of course, they're not going to do anything, but it's the willing gesture that counts.
せいぜいリムル様の役に立て。それを詫びとして受け取っておこう。
フオゲルドの名に使って。
You know what? I'm in a great mood writing this script, so take another win for that lovely moment whilst we also learned that the Orc King was his father, as that gives the scene even more of an impact.
忘れ物だ。ほら、
Learning of what happened to our Kazuma-chan, a fitting end to his life amongst his fellow lizard men given his rebellion, as it wouldn't have made much sense to have him stay there happily. Plus this means he'll likely end up with our main boy and get a name and everything!
しかし面白いものが見れたよ。あのスライムどうしたものかな。
Friggin' town building!
I don't know.
Plot twist! What the heck is that?
あのスライムの正体、よう自らが見極めてやろうではないか。
After a brief backstory about what led them here, we return to alert you all to the fact that the dwarves have flying horses. That's right, it's amazing, and I'm glad to see an interesting character like him being brought back into the story. Well, I didn't expect things to go this way quite this quickly, or at all actually. I'm intrigued to a massive degree now. It wasn't the most explosive of battles and not quite what I expected, but it was still good looking for what it was. A simple duel, and also carried across the notion to us the viewer that the Dwarf King is absolutely no pushover.
その技師匠が使っていて訓練でよく打ちのめされた。
なんだと？まさかその師匠というのは。
お。
What? I had wondered who his master could be, and it turns out it's this dude, which makes a lot of sense now, given that I was initially like, how'd he learn to use a sword? And now we find out that he even helped out the king when he was a little boy. I really like stuff like that, tying together stories and characters.
喜んで受けたいと思う。
よし。で、お前たちの国の名は何というのだ？
お。
Don't even try telling me, not that you probably would anyway, that this isn't like a game. He's now got his own nation, and they've got an alliance with the dwarves, and he's naming his nation. Doesn't get much better than this for me. Oh, what's this now? A new ED? You gosh darn right it is, boys and gals. It comes equipped with lots of new visuals and a nice new relaxing song, and quite frankly, most of the visuals are confusing as heck, given that everyone looks like the kids that lady used to teach, but we'll see. Plus it's got this lovely bit at the end where everyone is eating together, and I dig that to an insane degree, plus it's all animated to a beautiful standard.
ベスターよ。はい。ここで思う存分研究に励むがよい。
Bringing Vesta back into the story, a move I truly didn't anticipate, and I'm so curious now as to what this will hold for the future of their city and country and the people in it.
リムル殿、怪人殿、申し訳なかった。許されるならここで働かせてもらえないだろうか。
This is another thing that's great about this anime, that his character was built extensively via flashbacks and such in the first half to allow for this to happen for us the viewer to happily accept it and be gifted with this warm feeling from the conflict fully resolving.
さてと、何やってんだお前。
私は兄と違って感動になったわけではありません。
The super styled comedy at its best.
好きに使っても良いのですか？
うん。そうへの好きに鍛え上げていいよ。
The Spy Corps expanding with new characters, some of whom are quite nice. They seem like nice people, I mean. On a serious note though, it's cool how they haven't forgotten stuff like this and instead dedicate time to acknowledging the parts of his nation that these original guys run, and, as I said, actually expand on it no less.
さらに洞窟にはベスターの研究部屋も作った。ベスターはヒポクテソウを使った回復薬の作成に取り掛かっている。
If I didn't know any better, I'd literally think that this anime is actually based on a Japanese game. There's just so much stuff that makes me think this is what would happen in a game. Whew.
もちろんです。
約束だ。協定は成立した。
Oh yay, a bunch of new characters appeared, and whilst two of them are great for me, those same two characters come with what can only be described as an anti-AdSense amount of clothing attached to them. So whilst their existence is a win, it's one I cannot share with you all. Feel free to Google it though, of course. That was sick! What are they doing?
ここで俺の勝ちだと認めるならば、さらにこれをくれてやってもいいんだが。
That was so random! Who the bloody heck thought it would go down that way at the end? He fed her delicious honey!
お前をミリムと呼ぶから、お前は俺をリムルと呼ぶ。どうだ？ わかった。しかし特別なのだぞ。
And just like that, he's got a demon lord hanging around his village becoming friends with him. Up until this point, I've been fairly good at predicting what may happen in episodes, but this really threw me.
マブダチ。違うのか。
And then, just as I wrote the last win, she's punched Kazuma unexpectedly and pledged to live in the town and become besties with our main boy. And I don't know, I just didn't expect any of this. Take a win, you've shocked me multiple damn times this episode. I don't even know what to expect now.
さりげなく混ざっていたけど、俺はそろそろコーヒー牛乳が欲しいところだ。牛乳はともかく、コーヒーって作れるかな？
Still attempting to keep the anime grounded in reality a bit is fantastic. He wants coffee milk but knows they need to cultivate coffee first. I really enjoy bits like this.
俺がこの目でリムルとやらを見極めてみるさ。お前たちがあったというスライムに会いにな。
The notion that humans are once again entering the story, including these three travelers. Literally never thought I'd be doing this, but I'm given a win for putting clothing onto this character. It would have been really difficult to show scenes she was included in given everything was on display.
そしてついにその 1% の壁を乗り越えました。これが私の研究成果です。
Even though it's not the biggest role in the anime, the fact that they kept Vesta in it and also came back to him later on showing his work in this cave, and once again his work on potions is nothing short of brilliant. Sometimes an anime can grow a little too big for its episode order and people get forgotten about. Absolutely not the case once again in this anime. Keeping it off screen, but his face was melted! Who did this?
俺は魔王カリオン様の三獣士、黒氷河フォビオだ。
Oh, after win number 193, I really hope they don't become too big since they just introduced some more characters attached to another character. This is great though.
氷河爆炎症。
マブダチの子分に何するのだ。
Seeing how she messed him up warms my cold heart. Why? Because we've known that old dude since like episode 2, I think, and knowing he took damage like that annoys me, and she did right by him. She's okay in my books now. Let's continue.
だが、今回はリグルドをかばってくれたということで、昼飯抜きで許してやるか。ひどいのだ。すべてこいつが悪いのだ。この不届き者。一発だけでは飽き足らぬ。せめて待て待て待て。
This genuinely made me laugh so hard.
おいお前、私の友達に舐めた口を聞くじゃないか。お前今度何かしたらマジで晩飯を抜くからな。
Also, I must add another win for him being able to tame her, as it were. I was kind of worried she would be a loose cannon running off and causing damage all the time, but she's actually becoming a fantastic ally and character in the anime in general.
ミリムがどんな約束をしたか知っておかないと、俺が知らずに邪魔しちゃうかもしれないしさ。 確かに。
Demon Lord manipulation at its finest.
この国からジュラの森へオークロード調査団が向けられていた。ヨウムという男をリーダーとした。
Hold up a minute, they're introducing not only a different nation but some new characters and stuff as well. Ah, just gets better and better.
でもここはオイラが。
Oh, it's so good how they built this up as a massive dangerous monster and then Gobter of all people comes along and takes it out in like one hit.
もうすぐ煮えるっすよ。
待ちきれないのだ。
Well, that's incredibly disgusting, but look how they beautifully created this entire scene for this one moment. Even better than the one I shouted at in the first half.
リムル様にブルーですよ。
うるさい、黙ってろ、おっぱい。
Coming up with a genuinely great idea by which to help people relax when it comes to trusting him as an ally. An important move to make given that this marks like the 4th intrusion by a group wary of Slime-san.
これは大した町だ。あんたが邪悪な存在じゃないってのはあいつらを見てよくわかった。俺たちは常に傷を持つ身だ。
Firstly, take a win for that lovely montage of everyone getting along from so many different races. That was truly heartwarming, especially how the humans were welcomed in.
決めたぜ。俺はあんたを信用する。今日からはリムルの旦那と呼ばせてもらう。何なりと命じてほしい。
Secondly, take another separate win for now finally having some humans join the town. Man, this anime really is something special. The patrons picked a great one, and I'm really glad I consulted this channel's subscribers in the community tab to get the confidence to create a video series on it here. So thanks everyone, genuinely.
我々だけではカリブディスを従えることはできませんからね。
各封印された場所を見つけたけど、このままじゃ宝の持ち腐れだし。
Introducing us to yet another new and different character with this big old clown dude! Oh, also I'm dropping a win even though my anime list can't confirm it for me, but I'm pretty sure she's that villain from My Hero Academia who can change form when she consumes blood. But either way, I like this actress a lot.
お前なあなたが本当に人間の味方なのかどうか。
That!
ああ、そうだ。お前たちのブルムンド王国へも道を作ろうかと思ってるんだけど。
So not only are they building a town, a nation in this forest, and of course they've already established trade with the dwarves, and they're also building roads between these cities. No doubt this will be incredibly awesome as their once tiny little goblin village becomes like a central trading hub between multiple countries. I like all of this an insanely unreasonable amount.
いいだろう。カリブディスの力、我が物としてやろう。カリブディスを俺の体に従えて、あの小生意気な魔王ミリムを。
Expertly introducing us to the new huge event that's set to take place in this anime's second half, as seemingly all of the nations allied with our boy are gonna be heading to a battle very soon.
至急防衛体制を固め飛行戦力を用意すべく進言に参りました。
They're gonna expand their military!
軽くひねってやるのだ。おお、その手があったか。
そのようなわけには参りません。私たちの町の問題ですの。
I'm glad they did this in order to keep him as the main character in battles when it comes to the really big foes, since he's the one armed with tons of awesome abilities that we the viewer want to see utilized. Seems she got sad though. That's so damn cool!
動けない。こいつを攻撃する手段は
助立ちいたしますぞ。撃てつくれ。
Yet another great example of showing us older characters in the story again, keeping them always fresh in our minds, and this one is even better because it carries with it the notion of two former enemies now working together as allies.
雨。そんな目で見てもダメだ。
Kawaii! Take one more here for all of the occasions we've been shown of characters all fighting together who have joined their little nation over the past 19 episodes. Similar to win number 215, their sheer dedication to not forget about any characters must be rewarded. This is basically the White Whale battle from ReZero, and I don't hate that notion even one little bit.
少しは痛がってるか。でも。
You know, considering that was CGI with some hand-drawn dizzle, I quite liked that. It's always harder to make the huge opponents look good in CGI, so that was alright by me.
ペガサスナイツの援軍も加え、戦力は十分以上。
And this scene here looks even more incredible. I guess I'm just a sucker for huge battles like this.
ドラゴンバス
Oh, dear lord. That was impressive. She's a lot stronger than I thought she would be. Wow!
手加減って一体。
Also, you know what? Take another one here for the fact that it could have been all over so much earlier on had he just allowed her to fight, and that's great. But all the same, great twist, and also great that it did go down like this for the reasons stated in wins 215 and 217.
国個体名フォビオから個体名カリブディスの魔核を分離。
Not only being able to pull this out of the guy and consume it, but also I'm now really interested in what this could mean for his own powers. So go ahead and take one more for the very end. I'd have shown it, but so much skimpy outfits, dude. Anyway, the Demon Lord turning up and smashing his underling's noggin into the ground was awesome. And now they've got a non-aggression pact with yet another group, so we continue to move forward into ever yet more epic territory. This anime so doesn't ever want to hold back on scenes like this. Beautifully animated with crowds and such.
安定したのである。
Unbelievably awesome scenery shot of the city at night. Oh, what's that I hear you say? They also went and drew an entire scene from after their feast? Yes, that's right, they did.
オートに早く
Finding out that in some strange way she can communicate with him because it means she's not totally gone, which is a nice thought.
しばらくの間俺がいなくても問題ないだろうというわけで俺はイングラシア王国に行ってこようと思う
We're going off on yet another adventure, boys and few gal squad. Must admit, it'll be really nice to actually get to see another new area once again as well.
その名を勇気神楽坂名前から言って日本人だろうまずは会ってみようと思う
I don't know if I ever mentioned it in the first half, but I also really enjoy the music in this anime, and I know you're probably sick and tired of hearing me talk about how it reminds me of a video game, but yeah, it does.
フューズが紹介状を用意してくれたし何の問題もない
Epic looking human city in the daytime related scenery shot.
それとフューズが用意してくれた身分証で難なくオートに入ることができた
I know we saw this location already and I did the Oda moment back then, but seeing it in all its glory here with its Stormwind type feel from World of Warcraft and its packed and busy streets and lovely looking buildings, I feel the need to do it again. Another kinda new video game type location at Dasama!
おマジかあれガラスか
I always talk about them delving back into realism sometimes, and him freaking a bit about a pane of glass just beautifully personifies that.
自動ドアかよ転送したスパイやなんかを警戒しているのか
This is so insanely cool! It's absolutely crazy to see how some of the rest of the world live with their different magics and technologies so much more advanced than what we've seen from their little city thus far. Dear Lord!
他には
サグラダ・ファミリアの完成が近い
おおついに
いいともは終わった
Even though I haven't a clue what anime or manga or TV shows they're actually talking about, I'm loving all of these amazing reactions.
勇気の計らいで俺は学校で教師をやることになったシズ先生の教え子たちを今度は俺が教えるのだ
Subverting my already highly subverted expectations by having him now suddenly be teaching her old class and staying and working at this place in the city. Loving this entire episode so far for expanding world building even further, learning about those summoned to this world and how it can go wrong and why they do it in the first instance.
5年
崩壊を防ぐ術は見つかっていません10歳未満で召喚された子はほぼ例外なく5年以内に死に至るのです
The awful notion that they are summoning these kids and then they're passing away within no less than 5 years kind of puts it into perspective about who these leaders are in charge here who would allow that, especially when compared to how well Slime-kun treats all of his people.
でも爪が甘いわね避けられてるじゃないのうっせ次は当てるぜ飽きまへんこりゃ飽きまへんわ
Unexpected plot twist!
我はランガ小僧よろしくな
Ronga being a nice Bowsy.
うるさいシズ先生が使ってた技はすごかった
The Matrix.
身体強化いや強戦士化か
Very much feels like this entire second half of the anime is nicely building up the whole magic element of the show, something not touched on all that much in the last 21 episodes. Just wild to think it's already as huge as it is and yet they're still adding more and more.
お前たちは俺の生徒だ
That was so very random.
トンガすごい
It's nuts! Just when you're chilled out, the kids are having a lesson, he's gonna share his manga, and boom! It's a freaking dragon just flies down and is seemingly attacking the city. Soldiers and stuff fighting the dragon. It's like Vinland Saga, except there's no dragons and stuff. Genuinely excellent looking effects. Nice to see their budget wasn't used up during the first 14 odd episodes worth of battles.
入り口か。
Another new video game type location on La Banana!
小さな世界。
Gonna pretty much give one final win here for this anime's consistently great use of CGI throughout almost the entire season I've seen thus far. Truly great from start to finish.
さあ、試練の時間だよ。
There are robots in this anime! That was insanely awesome and no doubt learnt from Takio. Sorry I forgot his name in this and I can't be bothered to Google it.
妖精
かわいい。お前は？
Another new character from another new group of characters. This anime is packed. Well, coming back here 3 minutes later, it seems she is indeed a demon lord and we've seen them before, but I still like the character.
図が高いぞ。ひざまずくが今そうだ。何すんだよさ。チョップ？そうじゃなくて。
This. Learning more about Leon, an increasingly interesting side character in this anime. And yet again I'm floored by how they bring older characters full circle and back into our noggin so often.
しずさんの思い。俺が果たしてやるから。
This lovely little ending of her watching the kids she was teaching back then and how they're seemingly on the cusp of literally having their lives saved if all goes well.
先生、自分に何かあったらあいつらを頼みます。
I like that because it's realistic. He's the oldest of all of them, and clearly since they lost their former teacher, he's stepped up to look after them. No need for exposition, beautifully done.
どうだ？解析鑑定。制御できた。
For likely the final time of this anime, they really did think outside of the box for so much stuff when it comes to his incredible abilities. What's so impressive is how it was done in such a way for as to allow for his other comrades to shine as well. Brilliant.
やったな、大賢者。なんか今、大賢者のドヤ顔が見えたような。
気のせいです。
Oh, well that's a first. I guess she actually may have some semblance of a personality.
なんか、ケンちゃんに光るものを感じたんだよ。光だけに。
I have no idea what it means by all of these different kinds of spirits inhabiting the kids, but we've got an earth one, a space one, and now a light one. If these youngsters will appear in the second season, it'll be really awesome to see how they've changed. I like the spirit a lot. Moving on.
やったよ、しずさん。もう、大丈夫だ。
For the culmination of this arc, fulfilling the wishes of their former teacher, saving their lives, and also for the intriguing prospect behind a young girl being inhabited by a potentially dangerous spirit with a strange link to Veldora. And then they don't just move on, they spend the time to quickly explain how he went on to fulfill his end of the bargain with a quick animated montage. This absolutely insane montage showing everything that has happened along the journey. I am a very firm believer that the best of anime are ones that can make you feel like you've been along for the ride for the longest of times, when in reality it hasn't been all that long. Great examples of this are Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Steins Gate, and of course this anime. Then following that montage we get another animated montage, my favourite, whereby we then get to see how everyone else is progressing along in life. Everyone we've seen up until this point living their new great lives in peace with one another. Absolutely lovely.
一生の深くせっかく呼んでいただけたのに自分の眷属に先を越されるとは。
Rohan from Diamond is unbreakable.
なんということもない。普通の人生を歩むはずだった男は。
Okay, well who the heck is that? You can't just tell me they were spying and everything. What's it mean? And while I'm at it, who the heck was Ronan in this as well?
来てお願い
For the last time of this anime, you fooled me like 7 times throughout 24 episodes that this was a light anime. You're not fooling me again. I'll be prepared for season 2.
ふむ、契約は成立です。あなたの感情はとても美味でした。
Who the heck are you and what the heck is going on?
フィルトウッド王国。ジュラの大森林に面するこの国に。
Another new video game type location of Sababa!
言う割には私たちを敵だと思っているみたい。
ふざけるな。俺はこの国に従う義務なんじゃないんだ。
So obviously for me this is kind of odd that we're now focusing on this story. It's not what I had expected, but all the same it's definitely nice to see more of her and a big event in her life in this world.
なんだこいつは。
Haha! Just when I was gonna write about being shocked at them taking down the guy, it turns out he had a demon inside of him. I didn't expect one or the other. Plus for episode 24 that animation and CGI was spot on.
あなた何者なの？
クロウとでもお呼びください。
なめないで。
これが頂点に君臨する英雄の力か。
知っていたらの話ですがね。
Whoa now, hold the damn phone. A battle like this is not what I expected from episode 24.
インフェルノフレイム。
That!
魔王レオンに聞いたことがある。原初と呼ばれる悪魔がいたことを。
その悪魔は特に異端でとても厄介なのだ。彼らは名前の代わりにそれぞれの特徴の色で呼ばれている。
More world building? More? Are you sure you can handle this story? By now it's like half the size of The Lord of the Friggin' Rings, which was its original title, by the way.
大臣と国王。
I don't know what's going on, but I've got a really bad feeling about this.
赤の敬類は自信過剰すぎる。だから相手の力量も見定められないのだ。
This turn of events was so utterly unexpected. Demons ruling human countries, different ranks of demons and thus their power, and then this little mystery by the name of Rohan, kind of. Absolutely fantastic end to the episode, opening up so many avenues for season 2 to explore. It's genuinely crazy.
リムルとクロは運命の出会いを果たしたのだった。クロは後にリムルに召喚され名をもらうことになる。
Wait, what? That end was so confusing. What a setup for season 2! So ultimately this final episode covered pretty much the entire story thus far, except it was from the perspective of Veldora, which was pretty cool, but didn't really contain much else other than his opinions and a couple of other little scenes about what happened after Slime Boy consumed the fire demon during the first half. I'm going to go ahead and drop a final win for this extra episode, and I'd like to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss out on loads of new stuff, and a like would be very much appreciated if you enjoyed yourselves. There's also my Patreon link down below if you'd like to help fund the work I do entirely alone, and in exchange there's exclusive Everything Wrong With and Everything Great About videos covering other shows. Thanks so much for watching and joining me on this fantastic journey. I really loved it, and I can't wait for season 2, and of course I'll see you all next time. Nathan Burr, Bird Without a Word, Arias Alibari, PK Fan, Ali50, Anthony Roll, Arman Jasuja, Isael Caldera, Chris Harris, Jonas Stahl, Manolo Saucedo Munoz, Miroslav Vispiansky, Yuki Ali, Manuel Mireles, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Sentimento, Silva, Master Tank, Boogie, Andy McVeigh, Aurora, Kevin Nauta, Stefia, Joel Rosenfeld, Brendan Kriya, Spirit Spinner, Gustavo Gomez Canero, Mr. Waffles 64, Theodore Quackens, Kaj Worzelman, Jordan Samuels, Gabby Z, Humye, Crimson Shadows, Dylan Duchamp.